Hello, I'm author Denise Turney, and I'm the author of the book Love Pour Over Me, which I hope you go out and get a copy of. You are watching the Chistel.com YouTube channel, and that's CHISTELL.com. So, what is this Chistel.com YouTube show about? Today's Chistel.com YouTube show is about the power of newsletters. The power of newsletters. It seems like when you it's the technology, the way things are changing, that newsletters like the email, direct mail is no longer effective or doesn't have an impact. And I totally disagree. I actually think that the people, the book writers, the authors, the artists, the businesses that stick with some of the old ways of doing things, like when you call somebody or a company on the phone, somebody actually answers and you don't have to listen to a recording for 1 to 2 minutes before you get a live human being on the line. And then people who send direct mail and they still work newsletters, they still get out and attend events, they still do networking in person. It's not all electronic. I think they're going to be distinguished, and they're going to be set apart, and they're going to be the front runners. It might not be now, but in a little bit. They do what the new technology, they take advantage of that, but they still hold on to the tried and true old ways. I think those people are going to be the ones in a few years are going to be way out front. So the power of newsletters. What are some of the things you get out of newsletters? And it's very simple. You can do, I use Constant Contact, but there are cheaper, less expensive ones to use with your newsletters. You can do manual, which I started out doing. I don't do that anymore. But the templates is just the ease of putting out a new newsletter, a holiday greeting, a coupon, a postcard to your group. That's now some of the companies that do the newsletter templates are also creating ways that you can create social media ads. Just be careful with the pricing. You might be better off going directly through like Facebook or Twitter to do your ad than going through one of those companies, because they might be getting a little money on the back end. So just be careful of that. So the power of newsletters, you can create new connections through newsletters. People who've never heard about you before might see your newsletter if you advertise it on social media or somebody else shares it. That's an introduction you can work, and not just for sales, because I think real true business people and artists are not in the relationship solely for the money. I personally think that's selfishness. You want to entertain somebody, you want to engage somebody, you want to talk with somebody genuinely and sincerely. If you don't get anything out of it, the fact that you got to communicate with another human being, you cannot put a price on that. So the power newsletters, it can guide and create new connections. It's an advertisement vehicle. You can just plop 1 or 2 ads in a newsletter that can, everybody's not going to click on it, but enough people might to put a slight spike in your sales. Establish rapport, build relationships with people, especially if you embed videos in your newsletters. You can start to, or just put a link to a video so people can feel like they get to know you more holistically rather than just seeing you in print. So establish rapport, build relationships with new book readers, and also newsletters are great places for serious book writers to collaborate. So let's say I have the Book Lovers Haven, which I've done for over a decade, and there are other authors who also have newsletters, and they have these long-term relationships with their subscribers. So I can mention 3 other people's books who in my Book Lovers Haven, they can all mention me in their newsletters. You don't want to overdo it so people feel like they're getting crowded with sales pitches, because we get enough of that. So if that happens, that's another vehicle that you have with your newsletter. You can also simply just get new authors or established authors more exposure, if that's something that you want to do. And you can build your own contact list. That is huge with having your own newsletter, because if they shut Facebook down, all those contacts you have, gone. Or Twitter, so you want to build your own. That is very, very important. Give yourself some keys. And that's one way to do that, build your own contact list. And manual, about newsletters, I just want to share this. Manual is free. You can do keep your list in Excel or Access database, etc. It's also a lot more time consuming. Electronic, again, I told you I use Constant Contact, but there are others. It is much easier. You pay a price, generally a monthly fee, but it saves a lot of time and it's a lot easier. And you have templates that you can use and boom, just shoot it out. You can also have people, they just automatically subscribe. I put a subscription link on my website, chistel.com, CHISTEL.com. People sign up and go directly over to Constant Contact. I don't see it. And then if they want to unsubscribe, that's also done automatically. So I'm out of that process. The power of newsletters. I hope you'll take advantage of them. I subscribe to newsletters, and that's where I find out information through newsletters I don't ever hear sometimes any place else. So the power of newsletters. And speaking of power of communication, I hope you will stay in touch with us here at our Chisel.com YouTube channel by simply hitting that subscribe button. All these tips and advice are free. So I hope we'll see you back here next week at Chisel.com YouTube channel. And I hope you'll get a copy of my latest book, Love Pour Over Me, in ebook or print format. Bye for now. You have a fabulous day.